For those who are not aware, I've been married now for about 8 months, and I met my husband January of last year, then proceeded to date him for about 3 months. 3 days after Valentine's Day, we became official boyfriend and girlfriend. Then, maybe 3 months after that, May 1st it was, he proposed to me. And then May, June, July, August, and then 3 months after that, we got married. It all happened in very quick succession. Now, I was praying for years. I was asking God, I was praying to God, I was asking friends, I was hoping to be a woman who does get married, to not be one of those women who ends up by herself and has to just figure out a way to be okay with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with someone choosing that. But when it is thrust upon you because of life circumstances and it wasn't something that you'd hoped for, that wasn't something that I wanted for myself. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to understand what marriage was, why it was holy, what makes it special, why it's a covenant rather than just a legal contract. I wanted to know, I wanted to understand it, I wanted to live it. And now that I'm in it, I find it funny that for a little while there, I couldn't let go of my previous life. I lived with my parents. Before that, I was living by myself in another state. But I was living with my parents. I was earning money that I was able to save that wasn't going to anything, that could just go to like saving for a holiday or something. I was hanging out with I was hanging out with all my girlfriends, making time for all my friends. I still do that though. I was doing all of these things, and that then when I got married, I couldn't let go of my old life. I would drive from the house that I'm living in now, that is now my house as well, drive all the way home to where my parents live and have them make my breakfast, have them prepare my lunch, and then go to work. That was like, I was doing that for maybe 3 months. I was doing that. About 2.5 to 3 months. I was seeing my parents in the morning, after work as well, and then just a lot. I didn't want to like let them go, and I haven't technically let my parents go, but I just think it's funny how I prayed so much for the changes to occur in my life, and then when God presents me with a husband who puts me first, a husband who puts our relationship above everything, a husband who shares things. It's like he'll be making something and also make me something even though I didn't ask for it. Someone who where I mentioned something in passing and he's already fixed the problem. I wasn't used to a man thinking of me in that way. I was only used to men taking my money, taking my energy, taking from me, and it was so strange to find someone who valued me and who wanted to solve problems. Um like the Bluetooth in my car, I couldn't connect my phone to the radio, and then I didn't even mention it as a problem. He just said, "Oh, why don't you use Bluetooth?" And I'm like, I don't know how to connect it." And then he bought me a gadget that it works through. And I'm like, he just did that because he wanted to. Anyway, so long story short, I love my husband. He loves me. I think he loves me so much, and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to having someone stand by my side who isn't toxic and who isn't influenced by the opinions of others. Um, Anti-government and all that kind of stuff, that same as me, but I'm not used to having someone in my life that thinks of me first, thinks of the relationship first, prioritizes God, prioritizes church, prioritizes reading the Bible. I'm not used to it. And I mourned the life that I wanted to get rid of. I kept going home to my parents, having my mum make my lunch, having my mum make me dinners and stuff like that. Now I go home 2 to 3 times a week. So it's still a lot, but I've lessened the amount that would be appropriate for a married woman because now I have in-laws who I love. I love my in-laws. They love me. Um, yeah, so it's funny. You ask God for these things, he accomplishes, you've realized your prayers and your dreams, and then the result is mourning something that you thought you didn't want anymore because it's kind of like, oh, I just thought that was interesting.